Hey everybody, this is Matt Stone Sr. with eXp Realty. Hope everyone's having a great summer. We are in about the middle of the third quarter right now in the real estate market, and so I wanted to reach out and kind of give you an update of what I'm seeing in Utah and Salt Lake counties and kind of tell you about a little bit of a shift that I'm seeing. It's been a seller's market here for quite a long time, but over the last couple weeks, I have started to see a little bit of a shift in the market. And let me tell you what I mean. So up until maybe just a few weeks ago, houses were only staying on the market a few days. In some cases, they would hit the market and then 24 hours later, they would be under contract. That's not quite the case right now. We're seeing an average of about 14 days on the market, which means buyers have a little bit better of a chance to look at several homes before they have to make a rushed offer on a home. Another thing that I'm seeing is that sellers are not getting as many offers as they were a few months ago. Back in April or December, or certainly last summer, a house would hit the market and I would see 10 to 50 offers depending on the property. Now that's not the case. I'm seeing houses hit the market and then getting 1 or 2 or 5 offers, again, depending on the property, just on average. And so that also means less competition for buyers right now when they're making their offer. Now, what does that mean? How does that translate? Well, what it means is maybe instead of having to go way over the asking price or giving the seller all kinds of concessions like lease backs and appraisal gaps and things like that, maybe you don't have to right now. And speaking toward that appraisal gap, just a couple of months ago, I was seeing that people were having to come in and say, "Hey, I've got $10 or $20 or $50,000 to bridge the gap between what you're offering on a property and what the bank's appraiser or the lender's appraiser might value it at." A couple months ago, or certainly over the last year, sellers were basically saying, "Hey, if you want to buy this property, it's great that you're offering this high amount, but we're not going to come down on the price after the fact if the appraisal comes in low." So what we're seeing now is that, for one, appraisals are coming in pretty close to the purchase price. The other thing that we're seeing is with less competition, there's just a lot less other offers that you have to compete against, and you don't have to put in these super high offers like we were just a couple of months ago. Now, as a buyer, you still may need to come in over the asking price, depending on where that asking price was to begin with. Some sellers are pricing it very fair in the market. Others are pricing it well above maybe what other comparable properties have sold for recently. But that kind of leads me into another thing. One thing that I have not seen a lot of over the last 12 months was price reductions on houses. Over this last week and a half, I have seen a number of houses have a price reduction on them. So that's encouraging for buyers. I think a lot of these sellers have put their houses up for this premium price or kind of a little bit of a dream or a wish of what they're hoping to get. And here a week or two go by, they're only getting a couple of showings and no offers. They're dropping the price. So haven't seen that in a long time. Definitely a good opportunity for a buyer to put an offer in and get it accepted. And one other thing here that I want to talk about, that can help buyers is over the last 12 months, a lot of other selling agents besides myself, maybe not as willing to negotiate and talk about offers and things like that. And it's totally understandable. When a selling agent gets 30, 40, 50 offers, they just can't respond to everybody. Now it's a little different. They're more willing to have conversations on the phone, talk about what the seller's looking for, listen to what you as a buyer are hoping for, and hopefully meet in the middle and make a deal on a property. So definitely a shift and something that's really good for buyers right now. Now let's talk about sellers. If you're looking to sell your home, now inventory is definitely going down toward the end of summer. So what does that mean for you as a seller? Well, what it means is there's less competition out there. Now, we do see a few less buyers right now. A lot of the better, well-equipped buyers found their home in March, April, May, June and into July, but there still are a lot of people who have moved into the state or are tired of paying rent. They want to take advantage of low interest rates, and so they are still looking for a home. Definitely fewer homes are going to be on the market as we get near the end of summer and into fall and closer to fourth quarter. And so that means that home prices are still going to stay high. You're still able to get a premium for your house right now. Another good thing for you as a seller is that appraisals are coming in nice and high. So that means that when you put your house up, someone gives you an offer, whether it's at your asking price or a little higher, the appraisal's coming in high. And so it's less likely that a buyer is going to have to pull out and not buy your home, not close on the home because of a low appraisal. So definitely good for buyers, but also very good for sellers. And even though I am seeing houses stay on the market a little bit longer, houses are still selling in like record time. I know realtors, agents all across the country, and they're telling me that in their market, it's 30 days, it's 60 days, maybe even longer. So because the average is still 14 days in Utah, definitely means you're going to get your house under contract and you can sell it really quick right now. Now, another thing that helps sellers, buyers right now, because of a little bit less competition, fewer buyers on the market, and the houses staying on the market a little bit longer, buyers aren't forced to put multiple offers on multiple homes and then come back and cancel the contract on your home. So right now what that means is when you have a buyer, there's a little bit more time to talk things through. They can make sure that your property is the right one for them, and a much higher percentage of people are going to close on the property, not back out. You don't have to relist the property and start over from scratch. But sellers are still getting favorable terms. Buyers aren't asking for closing costs. They're not asking for sellers to pay for their home warranties, things like that. Sellers are still in a good position to get a lease back, stay in the home till they find another home, or maybe, if it's a home you're building or something like that. So definitely still great time for a seller to list their home. And as a seller, if you will take a little bit of time to make sure that your house is presentable, make sure it's ready for pictures, it's ready for an open house, it's ready for showings, buyers are going to make premium offers on really nice homes. Over the last couple of months, I've seen some really rough looking houses hit the market. I think sellers had the idea, hey, it doesn't matter what it looks like, let's just stick it on the market. We're going to get tons of offers and we'll just sell it as is. Well, it's still kind of close to that, but if you've got a really nice property and you're willing to, make sure the yard looks good before pictures, make sure we can stage it nicely so it photographs nice, you're still going to get a premium offer and some great terms from buyers in this market. So whether you are thinking about selling your home or you're still in the market to buy a home, I am here to help you and serve your needs. We can sit down together, talk about what you want to do, strategize, and I think we can come up with a good plan to help you reach your real estate goals. So it's no cost to you, free. We'll sit down, we can go to lunch, we can go to my office, we can talk on the phone, we can talk in your home, whatever works for you. Just give me a call and let's get together and let's talk and figure out how we can help you achieve your goals.